All right, kids, we're looking at the Fall 2024 Curiosity Box, and we're going to use the super controversial Swiss Tech Stalin to open her up and see what we got going on here. First time I've looked in this box, so we'll see what's going on. So we have our little card with the contents and our little magazine. And let's see what else we got. First thing we have is a body deck. Actually, that's pretty cool. It's what's inside that counts cards. That's actually really neat. I guess they're kind of useless from a standpoint of if all you have to do is really memorize what's on the body to know what cards you're playing with, but at the same time, that's pretty neat. I like that. Then we have the Ambigram Escape. I'm guessing this is a puzzle of some sort. Is it slide or is it open? Yeah, here we go. No. This is a special coin that lets you flip the outcome with any flip. So let's see. How's this working? So this is heads. I'm guessing if we turn it this way, it's tails. Yep. So it's sort of the opposite. I think of an ambigram as something that reads the same both ways, but this is actually does the opposite of that. And I'm guessing also this is one of those little, is this one where we have to win the puzzle to open it? We'll take a look at that again later. Yep, solve the puzzle. So we've got to get the, okay, I think we know how to do this here. So we get some of these over here and some of these over here, and then we should be able to pull it out the slide. That may not be quite enough. Whoop. And then we can open up the slide in some way. Pretty sure the concept is to get the balls on to either side, and then you can, when this middle patch is open, then you can slide out the coin somehow. Maybe not. I'll have to look at that later. What do we have here? An EDC Multitool from Curiosity Box, a science multi-tool. Let's see what we got. And how useful is this type of multi-tool? It's actually a lot heavier than you would think it would be. It's also not perfectly square. I don't know if you can tell this or not, but it doesn't have right angles for the edges here. So let's see what's on it. Average pinking length, centimeters, but that's not in centimeters, and then inches. I have no idea what these little four things are over here, this thing or this kangaroo, or what we've got here. And the protractor is labeled as flour, dry sand, coffee, Tower of Wanaka, Montreal Tower, Gates of Europe, and Tower of Pisa. What we've got on the back, the Earth Schwarzschild. And let's see, some degrees here, 3.97 being one. I'm sure that's a reference to something. I'm not 100% certain what. And yeah, like we were saying, 93 degrees, 88, 92, and 87. And we have some translations into different fairly obscure languages here, like Jersey Dutch and Norn and Gothic rather, and Coptic, Cornish. I guess that's the name for the kangaroo. At any rate, absolutely useless in the best sort of way. So, okay, so this is actually a thermometer where the card will actually melt. That's a socket here for a metric 7.53 hex bolt. So it has to be able to open M6 and M8 bolts, the most common type. So I guess it's okay, sure. Protractor of repose angles. Okay, so you can actually use that to identify like different things that like for example the Tower of again Wanaka. No idea what that is. The Earth's Schwarzschild center. If the ozone squeeze down to be smaller than the size, it will become a black hole. Okay, so that's what this is. Kangaroo safety gauge. Okay, so actually you're supposed to use that to hold that out at arm's length and see if the kangaroo is smaller than that. If it is, you can run. Hello and 10 extinct language. Okay, so that's hello and 10 extinct languages. And this is a Lego attachment, so you can integrate it into Legos. So, again, a fantastic, absolutely useless multi-tool, but we gotta love that. We have a T-shirt here. Let's see what we got from a T-shirt standpoint. A large black polka dot hole. Figure 1 down here. Okay, do we have a figure 2? Okay. If you crush Uranus into a ball smaller than the circle in the front of this shirt, it would become a black hole. Okay, and then appears to be the math thus showing that. So, again, reasonably fantastic. And then what do we have here in the form of our book? The first 6 books of the Elements of Euclid. Okay. Is that actually what we've got here? I feel like these are fairly famous for not being what they're billed as. Okay, so it looks to have been annotated at the very least. By Oliver Burns, surveyor of Her Majesty's settlements in the Falklands, and author of numerous mathematical works, 1847. So this actually does look like it's a reprint with lots of footnotes. So obviously meant to be perused. It looks like the footnotes are just in the front. Well, no, there are a couple more in there. Great coffee table book. Don't know if I'll ever actually read it from cover to cover. So let's see. What does our card say we've got? Body deck, yes. EDC Multitool of the most unusual and ridiculous type, yes. Uranus in a black hole. Okay, that's what that shirt's called. Kind of funny. Burns Euclid. Apparently there are a bunch of stickers in here somewhere. And the Ambigram puzzle. So actually, I gotta say, personally, for me, this is probably the best box I've seen Vsauce come up with. Hats off. Strong work. Got our magazine as always. Some explanations for the rest of the EDC card, including the Tower of Wanaka. It's the building most deeply angled lane in the world. Small building at the Puzzle World Amusement Park in Wanaka, New Zealand, is part of a series of structures meant to challenge the perception of the park visitors. Okay, so that's why we've never heard of it. Okay, but it does make sense. Anyway, that's pretty cool. All right. Okay. And apparently the protractor stuff is supposed to help you measure unknown substances, because it actually gives you the angles of repose. So very clever. Anyway, this is pretty cool. Again, Vsauce, great box. I guess these are my stickers. Yes. All right. Well worth the cost. Nicely done.